Hey guys, listen up. Listen up.
What's this?
Who am I listening to?
Him. Listen up. Last night, Mike and I, we went out on the coffee room last night, and I got the pictures here, and we had a great time. You tell them.
Well, I got to meet Roger, who's been doing this for 20 years.
At least 20 years.
Consistently, every Thursday night, was out on a coffee run. And when we got there, there were about 25 homeless people waiting, because it's a regular thing. They're sitting, they know where to be on Thursday night. And he handed out sandwiches and fruit and coffee. And we met some really nice people. And I've been asking Sam about this because I've been wanting to do something like this, because I feel a pull in this direction to do something for the homeless, and I've been wanting to do this for a while. So he said, well, let's go out with Roger. So we did that last night, and I saw a real need. After we served the homeless, we went driving around, and Sam showed me some other places where the homeless hang out, where he and LZ used to go all the time. And there's just so many people out there.
Oh yeah, it's amazing. It changes your whole view of downtown.
Yeah, it does. And
You guys hearing of
it was pretty cool last night. It wasn't really cold, but it was cool. And yeah, I mean, and this is Florida.
Right.
Every big city in the country has people like this.
Absolutely.
And some places it's not as mild as Florida.
Oh no.
And you wonder how they just survive the night, how they get through. Anyway, I'm feeling glad to do something in this area, and I'm going to work with Sam. We're going to see if we can't do something consistently. I don't know if it's working with Roger, but it's probably going to be doing something, because he's already doing something on Thursday nights, so maybe we can do something some other time.
Yeah.
The thing about Sam with Roger, he's been doing it, like I said, over 20 years. Now, he has heart problems and a lot of medical issues, and eventually he's looking at maybe to just let it go and have somebody else take it over again.
Yeah.
And he's got somebody in line or something like that, but I was just thinking in the interim that we could, now he funds this himself. He's been doing this all these years by himself. He picks up Panera Bread, and he gets the coffee. So it's very simple what he does, you know, the coffee and Panera Bread and
Sounds familiar.
bologna sandwich. So, you know,
Maloney saying.
Where's he do this? What area?
4th Street and 2nd Avenue.
across the street from the City Hall in St. Pete.
St. Pete.
Yeah, he does this at night, 7 o'clock at night. And I went by the St. Vincent's, and they have another, well, he said about 25 people over at...
Well, we served about 25. We drove by St. Vincent's. There was at least 50 sitting outside that we could see. And there's a lot of area there that you can't see.
Oh yeah, and a lot of inside.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's
Sometimes
probably...
they come out if they know you're there.
So I have no idea how many there were at St. Vincent's, but there would have had to be a lot of people there.
A lot of them kind of wait until somebody comes around or whatever like that, and because they had trouble for a while there. Kreisman, the mayor of St. Peter, one time or whatever, told us we had to have food. We had to have certificates and stuff like that, and because he doesn't want them. He tried to chase them out of the. He actually one time offered them a bus ticket.
They're out there.
A one-way
anyway.
bus. I know, but he offered them at one time a bus ticket to get them 100 miles or further away from
Miami. Warmer.
because of the fact that, well, I guess some girl claims she was accosted between the buildings or whatever by St. Vincent.
Yeah. Now, there was a guy named GW. I don't know if any of y'all ever heard of GW.
Oh yeah.
Well, GW, when he got out of
Coffee and toast.
jail,
Costa Rica.
White.
in Costa Rica.
The Costa Rica.
He ended up over at the Dream Center when we first started on Central Avenue, and he became one of ours. And Tommy and him were really close. And he started a homeless meeting, and he's done it for years and years now.
You want ham and tomatoes and over medium and no toast.
Breakfast on Saturday morning on the second floor, and but they did it for years, and they kicked them out or whatever reason. So I heard that he's doing.
Bethel House?
Huh?
Was that the Bethel House?
No, it was I don't know if it was a Methodist church. It's on the corner across the street from the Coliseum. But
What are
anyway,
you doing this morning?
on Saturday,
I don't have any plans.
on Saturday he's doing,
Down there.
excuse me, hold on a second.
I do.
Hold on a second.
On Saturday, he does a breakfast over there down at the park, same area. So I'm gonna go this Saturday just to check him out.
Al's got some.
Go ahead, Al.
I should say, I think I've mentioned to you a couple times and tried to get a hold of you on homeless ministry that I've been doing probably about a year down at Clearwater. It's down at St. Vincent de Paul. Their soup kitchen. And they have a soup kitchen that's open from, I believe it's 7:30 to 10 every day, 7 days a week. And they serve food, and it's a hot meal. And they have a shower facility where the homeless can go and take a shower. I go down there and sit in their parking lot after they eat breakfast. And I've got a trunk full of bags right now. I pass out every Friday morning after this. I leave and go down there about I get down there about 9:15, and we pass out food till about 10:30. And I just pass out bags of food for between 75 and 100 people every Friday for the last year. And
All right.
and it's rewarding, like with that 25 people. These people, you see a different side of the world. And you know, we have began to develop relationships with several of the people, and it's just a God thing. You know, it's a good thing for anybody that like to go down. I leave to do that. I leave about 8:45 to go down.
It really makes you put yourself in where it says, there but the grace of God go out.
It was
Because they say the average person is just a couple paychecks away from being homeless.
Oh yeah.
You know, so
You like to go with me?
one severe sickness, I mean, it don't take much these days.
that's good.
On another subject, did most everybody get my text yesterday? We were going to, you know, she's like 2 weeks away from delivery. And we had $20 in the fund, and some people's already giving money going this morning. If you can, fine. If you can't, that's fine too. But we're going to bless her with whatever's in here at the end of breakfast. So you pass that around. Yeah.
I'm gonna write a check for what I got. Give it back. I'm gonna write a check for what I got and give it back. We can get back into the fund.
Oh. And that was given with no strings attached.
It's being given back with no strings attached.
Let me ask you a question. Who's helping you fund that ministry?
Pardon?
Who's helping you fund that ministry?
Me?
Okay, so how much?
It
Him and his wife.
cost me about $128 a week.
A week.
Yeah, I got the food cost down to $1 for a bag. I do it on shopping at Sam's, and we give them applesauce, Vienna sausage, potato chips, crackers, and a water. And when we pass it out, we tell them this is a God ministry, but we call this just a little something for later. And it's just something for them to have later on in the day or the next day.
Are you doing that today?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Love to have you.
I did already donate.
For my last 3 hours.
But
It's not my last 3.
No,
That's all I have on me.
there's no pressure for anybody. I think she's been a blessing. I thought we could be a blessing to her. I can't believe she's still working herself.
Is that his waitress?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
Shannon.
she was just in the hospital, I don't know if you guys remember, 2 weeks ago. Her mom was sick because she was in the hospital.
Couldn't breathe.
But yeah, breathing problems. But she's doing better now. And me and Mark see her about twice a week, don't we?
What?
The waitress, we see her about twice a week.
Shannon?
Yeah.
Shannon.
She's slowing down, guys. She's like 8.5 months pregnant.
Oh yeah, she's 2 weeks away from it.
Well, you know, it's really encouraging for me to hear. What is your name again? Al. Al, can you hear?
Pardon me?
Can you hear?
I'm hard of hearing. You can't hear what you're asking.
I asked you if you can hear, and then you say you're hard of hearing.
But yeah, I didn't realize.
No, Al, it's really encouraging to hear that, because I know that when you started, you have your little struggles and all that, but you found your niche, you found a place that you could serve at, and during the day, and I really commend you for that, because ministry is about getting out of our own comfort zone. We're always doing the same thing. We go to church. We think we're doing something. I heard Charles Stanley this morning on the radio.
Yeah, me too.
What was he saying?
What heaven is like and serve.
Right. And you don't go to heaven by going to church, feeding the homeless. Being a nice guy, you don't go to heaven because of that. You go to heaven because of relationship and acceptance to Him. But because of that relationship that we have with Him, it compels us to be about our Father's business. He left that to us to do it. So when we're a part of that, and sometimes it's good, guys. I'm saying it's good that maybe you find to support a ministry, but you know what? There's something even better when you're a part of it. You've been out going. Who do you go with?
I picked up a friend of mine that goes to church on Starkey, and we go down. But one thing that I can tell a little bit of a personal story here. We have been praying for one of my sons that turned his life over to God for probably better part of 10 years. And all just out of clear blue sky, he called up and he says, I think I'll meet you down there at that soup kitchen about 3 months, 4 months ago. And he's only missed, this will be the second Friday he's missed since then. And he goes down there and he's beginning to blossom and see another side of the world, God. And so it's bringing him in showing him how God expects us. And I use the word expects rather than wants us. But I don't think God wants us to do this. I think He expects us to do this kind of thing.
Well, He told us to do it. The Word tells us to go do it.
It's not one of those. God wants you to go out and be good, or God wants you to spread His word. God expects all those things. And we let Him down when we don't do what he expects us to do.
You know, whatever niche I call it, whatever that God places it.
Yeah.
For example, that you have that Andre, nursing home ministry. I mean, he's there like right on right, you know.
Yeah.
And so that's what God called us to all to do. Be about His business. And again, I like what Charles Stanley said today. Man, you know, again, going to heaven is not just because you go to church doesn't get you to heaven. Just because you go, you think. No, there's a lot of people. Someone told me last week we got in a conversation. Someone called me, "Are you judging?" And then I started questioning myself. And then I could honestly say, yes, I am. Praise the Lord, because God called us to look at our brothers and help them and encourage them. Now, you don't beat them down. You encourage them. You encourage them to see a part of the kingdom. You encourage them to invite Him. Whether he goes to church or not, he's there. But that's the next step is that relationship with God. It's a step, you know. And so I'm happy that that's working out for you.
God's word on it. God's
Go
word.
ahead.
New Living Translation. If someone has enough money to live well and sees a brother or sister in need, but shows no compassion, how can God's love be in that person?
I'd like to say great commandment is God and my brothers.
But the problem is that we're not. We're not as we should.
Al, where was that verse?
1 John 3:17.
So how do we translate that and see people that all they want to do is buck money on the street? They don't want to look for work. The reason I know that is because I want to do it. So, how do you know that?
I don't give money to everybody I see. But if it fits my heart to give them $5
When did we see you
but
better
I do. And when I give it to them, I say, this is from my brother Reed.
I'll use that.
It is, you know. I used to feel guilty. I'm in the homeless ministry for years, and I drive by and see a homeless guy flying a sign, and I felt guilty. No, I don't feel guilty. I'll be led by the Spirit.
Yeah.
Be led by the Spirit. You know, many will say to me at that day, I don't do it. So, but anyway, it's a good way to get people into the ministry of doing something, you know. So, you know, come on.
Small beginners.
We're not, you know, we've been around the block many times, and we have to be about our Father's business, you know. And so I'm encouraged when I hear stuff like that. You know, I know that your ministry is your and those people guys. Okay, I get saved. Just let me out of the car.
No, but I've had them say, turn the radio off. I like that station. And then they get talking about their life, or they ask me questions. And sometimes they're deep, and I try and answer them. I say, well, you know, if I know the answer, I'm not sure, but, you know, it's in the Bible. I just don't recall where it is, but I won't see them again, so I tell them, if you look in the Bible, you'll find it. But most of the time, I can answer their questions because they're real simple. I mean, some of them are, I always relate this story. A little old lady must have been about, I don't know, she must have been in her mid-80s. Little tiny black lady, sweetheart. She said, she was in the car, she was going to the airport to go visit her kids. And she said, oh, that's Joy FM. I said, yeah. She said, I listen to that all the time. I said, so do I. I've been doing this 5 years, and that's the only station that plays. And she goes, so you're a Christian? I said, yeah. She goes, I have a question that no one's been able to answer. I said, well, I'll try and answer it if I can. She goes, do you like the Psalms? I said, I love the Psalms. She goes, me too. but I can never was able to tell me what Selah means. And when I told her, I went, it makes sense. I said, they're songs, and so they tell you to pause and praise. Oh, 40 years I've been waiting for someone to tell me that.
Hey, for a long time, I wondered what that Selah was about, man.
You were waiting to meet him, huh?
Huh?
You was hoping you'd meet Selah.
Hey, Selah.
So what lesson you got for us today, Mark? Don't point at something. You know, the difference between Alan and Mark is people ride with Alan, they hear about Jesus, and they ride with Mark, they pray to Jesus. Hey, they're both offended. This kid and Mark, you do a good job.
You know what I kid about too?
I appreciate you.
This is a ministry that just
What do they
came upon me
pray when
when I
they
started.
see you?
But I get to do this ministry and I get paid.
God help me.
Oh God, I hope it's not as big as I think it's gonna be.
Or it'd be something simple.
I definitely was in a mission field.
Yeah, tell us your experience.
Yeah, share some here.
Andre had one of them days when he thought there was something wrong with the transmission, found out it was an easy thing.
He's going to tell some stories from inside.
He's gonna give us
Go for it.
Well, when I
Captain.
first got in there, I tried to find out if anybody had a Bible study going. And one of the men who happened to be, his father was a pastor, his grandfather was a pastor. And he wasn't doing a Bible study, but I asked him, I said, is anybody doing one? And he said, well, there's this black man over there that's been kind of helping us out. He said, but we're not doing a Bible study. So I went over to him and I asked him, I said, I don't want to.
He's going to the chickens.
I said, I don't want to overstep your authority. I said, so if you're doing a Bible study, I don't want to, start one up. I said, are you doing one? He said, no. He said, I don't have time for that. And this was an older black man, and he was in there because apparently he had a worker coming in to take care of him because he had without one leg. And he's been a coach for years, and a football coach. And he was a year younger than me. And I just kind of said, okay, well, do you have any problem with me? No, that's fine. But then he was telling me, he said, I don't go and talk to people who won't listen. And I got this one man, and I was talking to him, we were in the rec yard, and he comes up to me and he starts talking because when I got in the rec yard, I would sing. Basically, I was singing Christian songs or Christmas songs. And so this one guy comes up to me and he tells me, yeah, he said, I know all those songs. He said, but I'm a Wiccan. And he starts to tell me about his background. Well, I had gotten involved in that when I was younger myself, so I knew what he was talking about, and I just started talking with him. But I kept trying to bring him back to talking about Jesus, and he kept going around in a circle, going back around again. All of a sudden, I see Oscar, the man in the wheelchair, with one leg. He starts rolling in there. He comes in there and he goes, looks at the guy and he goes, well, you heard about it all now. He said, what are you going to do about it? So immediately this guy started praying and he received Jesus as his Savior. And Oscar got out a couple of days after that, and just before he was leaving, just before Veterans Day, he got out. And he was a veteran. But I walked up to him and wished him a happy Veterans Day, and he goes, he said, I'm so glad you came up and you talked to me about that, because I needed to do that. And I was just feeling sorry for myself. So, God just works it out. And the situation I got into in there is I ended up being on the floor because they were overcrowded. Probably the reason I'm now. But anyhow, I ended up being on the floor, and these things they call pokes. They're just plastic things that they put a mattress on top of it, and then there you are. Well, they ended up next day. They put me in a cell with the other guys out there, and I was in the top bunk. And we were praying, the little prayer group we had going in there, there's about 10 men that were meeting. And the guards come around and they were bringing in a guy who was a federal prisoner. And the federal prisoners are not allowed to be on the floor. So they had to have somebody give up a bunk. And they're going, who's going to give up their bunk? We need to have this man on the bunk. Nobody volunteered. And I'm sitting there in the prayer circle and I go, you can have mine. So they come in there and they put him in there, and then I'm on the outside of that same cell that I was in, and these guys are up all hours of the morning playing cards and cutting up. You can't sleep.
Which stuff?
I got to know the Christian men, so I moved mine down to the other end. But just how God worked that out, because here I was, I would have been in that pod, locked in there with these guys who weren't going to go to sleep at night. But here God moved me out by giving me the unction to just go ahead and say, I give mine up, you know. Because I knew I wasn't going to be the one who was good enough, because I was the oldest person in it. They would not have moved me out. They would have moved someone else out. But I didn't want to see the contention. I just figured, no, they're going to come in here. It was the second time they asked, and I'm going, yeah, they're going to come in here and they're going to just push somebody out, and there's going to be all kinds of problems. That was the easiest way to solve the problem that I saw. But that was the Holy Spirit leading me. And there was so much in there that, I mean, it was like, there were a lot of things that were really strange. I mean, I ended up in a psych ward for 4 days. And in there you just have the orange jumpsuit and that's it. I mean, they give you a mattress to put on the thing, but that's no blanket. And the whole jail is like about 58 degrees maybe. Because they keep it down that low because it's basically there's a lot of bacteria and everything that runs, and bacteria can't live in that cold climate. So that's the main reason it's that cold. But there's a lot of other things that go into the whole thing. I mean, you know, I bought some thermal so I could be warm, and then when they take you out and they put you in the holding cell to go to court, you can't wear them. Okay. That was a surprise. It's like, okay, I got these. So that was the strangest thing too, because I was supposed to go to court Monday, and they sent me down there to go to court, and they said it's been canceled. And I'm sitting there, and they kept me 3 hours in that little holding cell there, cold place in there. And then all of a sudden I go back upstairs, and we have lunch, and they go, roll it up. And I go, where am I going? And the particular guard that came out to get me, I had no idea. Well, I wish that I'd have known at that time, because I had commissary still left over, and I would have given it to somebody in there. But they didn't tell me until I was on my way out the door. I saw the guard with the paperwork, and he said, you're being released. And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, $100,000 bond, and I'm being released on my own walk. Now that has to be real. And I'm out here now, and I'm taking care of my personal business, trying to get my place cleaned out. I had one friend of mine who was helping do that, but he was too much. He was trying to do everything, and so I'm just glad that I'm out now, and just going to do what I need to do until I go back. And
years ago, before I came to Florida, I got locked up. And I was in New Orleans, the worst place ever. And at that point in time, the only thing I knew a little bit of, because I was JW at one point. And so I knew a little bit of something. But I don't know, I got in a conversation with somebody or something like that, but at a certain time they will let the guys out and go into a little common area. And so this one guy said, I want you to come. I want you to come to the common area. I want you to talk to us. And you know what? I didn't go. The reason I didn't go because I felt, who am I? You know, what kind of representative I am. And so the next day I was being released or something like that. And as I was going out, the guy said, why didn't you come? Why didn't you come, you know? And I've always carried that, you know? Because even if I didn't know anything, that little bit that I didn't know would have been I guess an encouragement or something. And so I didn't go. And how many times have we not gone where we should have gone?
But that was pride.
No, that was fear. I don't know if it was pride. It was pride or fear, but what do I know? Who am I? What kind of example am I setting? That's not pride. I don't think so. What kind of example am I setting?
No, I heard
And
somebody,
excitement, Mike, is they scored while I was taking their picture. They all just,
if you're dealing with people that have never read the Bible, and you say, what do I know? If you read the first chapter of John, you're that much ahead of me. That's all it takes to get going.
But, so, you know, when you go and man, and it's not what we know, what you said. I know what you said on that. One little word. It's a rhema word that God maybe put in your mouth or something like that. Cool, but it helps shape somebody's life. Just by being there, and yesterday, when we were out there, before we left, we prayed with Roger. And this guy was sitting there, one guy left. He said, man, I'm glad that I was here to see this. But they never prayed. And I'm glad that I was there to see that. But did you see the joy in that man's face? You know, and so a little bit, you know?
And that was like, when I was in there, I just started to go ahead and, I would be singing, because that's what I do a lot of times wherever I'm at. And when we got up to that upstairs area where I was at, I sang the first night that we had prayer groups, and what we would do is read scripture, and then afterwards we pray the Our Father. Now the others would be quite, sometimes they'd be making noise on purpose, making fun of us and everything else. And then I sang that first night, and it was quiet when I sang. And then the ones that weren't Christians and didn't proclaim to be Christians would say, can you sing tonight? Can you sing tonight? Hey, buddy. I mean, it was like, you know, even the ones that were against the Christians, and then some of them started to sing Christian songs after I would sing it. And I mean, they weren't even claiming to be Christians or making fun of the Christians, okay? So it's the little things that can change. That's exactly what it is. You never know what's going to happen.
is it yours or mine?
I just read a poll done by a Christian organization. They determined that roughly only 30% of the people in this country that claim to be Christian are actually practicing.
Well, you know, I have taught people how to evangelize, and they didn't know it's scripted. Because I tell them, all you need is your testimony. Did you get saved? Yeah. You know, just tell people your experience. That's all you need. The rest will come. And I tell you, you start them out young like that, and they'll carry them the rest of their days. I know when I first started sharing my faith, that's all I had. Worked me pretty good, didn't it, MC?
And don't get hung up on the results. Like Johnny Appleseed, plant the seed and go on. Don't wait to see if the tree comes up. The Holy
Plant,
Spirit
some
take care of
water,
it.
some harvest. I've done all three.
And you know what?
Thank you, Lord.
And here's the thing with that, what he says, you know, some plant, some water, some harvest.
Yeah.
But one of my issues, which I have many issues, and everybody says, amen.
Here, we'll give you a tissue.
Tissue for your issue.
And one time, man, you know, I wanted to do all. I wanted to plant, I wanted to water, I wanted to harvest. And so then when you try to be God, and
Fall terribly on your face.
that's right. But, you know, again, it's planting the seed. When you might have planted a seed, you might have planted a harvest for it to somebody else. But the point is, you always do that. Years ago, when I had the Dream Center in Wilmington, on Wednesday, I was open 5 days a week. On Wednesday, I would not open to about 12 o'clock because I had a lot of, I started doing a Bible study. And it was just for our people. Before I knew it, we had 35 people there on Wednesday morning. And the interesting part about it, they were from other churches. You know, and I said, well, this is good, you know, and I didn't think nothing about it. And my thing, some people don't like it. That's your problem.
Yeah, that's right.
Simple simple as that.
Amen.
Because I'm an instigator. Like I had this, I would like everybody to share a 5-minute discussion. So you know, a little sermonette or something like that. I had this young lady, she used to go to the church, and I asked the lady, I want you to bring next week a little sermonette. Oh, I can't do that. I said, why not? I can't. I said, why? You know, I wanted to do that, but my pastor one time said, you can't do that. You gotta be a deacon, you gotta be this, you gotta be all that. Well, I told her, I said, honey, you work for me. So she was part of a program. I said, if you don't come with a sermonette, nobody comes at all. Simple as that.
I oversweetened it, so
don't come at all.
Or drinkable.
That next week she came, she got up there, she gave a 15-minute sermonette, and that lady just started to cry because she always wanted to do that and never had the opportunity. And sometimes, you know, not everybody can do it, but sometimes, why are you pushing the people? You know what? Because it's the Holy Spirit that's allowing me to do that for that person because they need a kick in the butt in order to do what God wants them to do. But they want to do it, but they don't know how. But anyway.
In ways, Jesus did the same thing with some people. You know, forcing them to step out of their bounds, like you said. Step out for faith. But you know, it's funny, you said that, you know, like you started that, and the next thing you know, you had 35 people. That's exactly how the service center started. It started out at the library, Bedford Circle, and pretty soon, they were coming from all different churches. Pretty soon, why can't we have church here? And it just grew from there. Bill Owens did not want to be a pastor when he first started that.
Amen. And I want to say this today, and I'm going to put this on. What day is this? Put that on. Get on the paper.
This is day 1 in your calendar.
So guys, it's been 2 years. It's been 2 years that I closed my ministry. 2 years. I closed my office. And I'm declaring today, because I wait upon, God says, wait upon the Lord, and He will renew your strength. And yesterday was the coming out of our ministry, because that's how I started. In the beginning, through public school. And God is opening that ministry up again. He's opening up the dream center again, things that we used to do. And I'm just saying that right now. I don't have anybody but God. People want to come out. I want to support other people and help them. But I got to do it, man, because I've been stuck. Not stuck. God says wait upon me. Sometimes you got to get your spirit renewed. You got to get reinvigorated again, re-anointed, whatever it is.
Focus.
Focus.
Like Paul said, woe if I don't.
Yeah,
to God.
You can rise up like on wings of eagles.
Amen. And I know that through all the good, bad, and ugly, all the years that I've done in ministry, all the times I've stuck my foot in or my mouth, and not knowing. But the one thing that I do know is that God is on that throne. And when He calls you and you commit you to do something, He provides and He does everything with it. All you gotta do is just focus on what He's called us to do.
You don't need anybody. He'll provide them for you. It's real.
And that's exactly what I said, man. If I go out by myself, Ryan, this brother here was going out by himself the longest and trying to get help. And the Lord directed him to a spot and God is blessing. And I know that God called me to basically the same area, but I know that I am going out and stepping out again. He called me,
But I know normally.
and but I had to wait. And people say, why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? I said, I've learned that if I go on my own, that I have to do it. But when I wait upon Him, He takes care. It's responsibility because He says it. And so,
You know, I've always
held on to is like people say that, why don't you, why don't you, why don't you?
Yeah,
I'd say, well, because I've never seen Jesus, the name Jesus spelled with an I.
that's right.